And I'm just going to run our viewers through a few of these companies are doing quite well in today's trading session. Whether you look at Ultratech Cement, well, that's up, one of the big gainers today. And the cement pack is buzzing on the whole. So I said, let's put out four big factors of why these cement stocks are doing well. Point number one, there is a lot of talk about this rural housing push. We have already seen that in FY25 budget. Well, the allocation has been close to around 45,000 crores to rural housing. And the FM has already announced 2 crore, more rural houses under the scheme out there. And there's hope that maybe, in fact, that number can be up. So that could be one factor that's playing out there. Point number one. Point number two is there is some speculation of sorts, not from now, but actually for the last 1 year or so. There'll be some rationalization of the GST rate, which is currently at around 28%. We have no confirmation, but in the past, there have been some hints that maybe there could be some potential rationalization. How does this help? This will help on volumes, remember. Not on, in terms of they make a higher margin or anything on that sort. Operating leverage will play out because they'll be able to sell a higher amount of cement at a lower cost, which in all will help, that volume push. So that's the second factor. Point number three is, and what we have been talking about for the last 1 week or so from the time these elections were announced, the results were announced, that Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is set to become CM of Andhra Pradesh. And the way the street looks at it is that the TDP, well, they have been pro-development and they'll likely continue with that agenda. Also, the Amravati plan, well, when Mr. Naidu was at the helm, in the previous tenure, he spoke a lot about it. And suddenly all of that got shelved. So the hope is that comes back on the table. And that's why, in fact, some of these stocks can gain. The list comes up for you on the screen. These are a few of those companies. And the percentage of their exposure to Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, that's more important. So some of those smaller size companies, they are gaining a larger extent. Ramco Cement as well has close to 30% of their capacity out there. So some of those stocks have done quite well. And the final point is, now we're into the monsoon, but the hope is that maybe these prices have bottomed out. Cement prices have bottomed out. Q4 was very, very weak on pricing. So the hope is that the monsoon gets out of the way, demand hopefully comes back, and then the cement companies can go ahead and push through some price increases. Because of the, the general elections as well, some of those price increases was not getting absorbed. Now the hope is prices have bottomed up, volumes will pick up, and price increases will be pushed through. So that's the four big reasons why cement stocks are buzzing today. Amit, your view on